There it is. Good morning, Culers. It is time to wake up and Barsa, everybody's favorite morning news show for Culers from around the world to come together, start their day in a positive way. In today's episode, we'll be talking all about Barcelona's big win over Sevilla, 1-0. Pedri saves the day. We'll be doing a full match breakdown, overview, going over the stats, the action over the full 90 minutes. We'll be giving out the good, the bad, the Barca, the mustache man of the match. That is all happening today on Wake Up and Barca. Good morning to the Culers from around the world. If this is your first time finding us, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you know when we're live. We're here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning covering the live Barcelona news. Like I said, having a little bit of caffeine, catching up with Culers from around the world, starting our day in a positive way. And then we're also here live for all the Barcelona matches. If you missed the live watch along, I do have a clip up on the channel right now. But we're here for all the upcoming matches, including Frankfurt this Thursday in Europa League. But before we get to any of that, like I said, today's episode is a match recap of Barcelona 1-0 over Sevilla. Before we get into any of the content, let's go ahead and start things off the right way, my friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the undefeated Mustache John.
Okay, we're here, we're live, Barcelona news, jumping over to where we need to be here. Good morning, Culers. How's everybody feeling after that big win yesterday? For those of you that were here for the live stream, yes, one of my stash mods, Kudus, is correctly calling it out. I had all kinds of connectivity problems. There was something about me bringing up a web browser that had the live stats on it that was making my whole thing crash. So if you were here, appreciate your patience. If you weren't here, there's one clip of me reacting to the Pedri goal. I'm working on a longer recap reaction. Typically when I put those out, for those of you that are familiar, you know that there's a little bit more to it than what I put out yesterday, but I wanted to get something out to react to that Pedri goal, but there's going to be a fuller, I should say, recap and reaction coming out later today. Let's see here. Let's start out with going over some of the stats, and then I'll jump over to the chat. I'll say good morning to the Stash Squad. I'll get the conversation going, and then we'll dive over to the good, the bad, and the Barca. This is where we're gonna end our segment today, going over what was good about the match, what was bad, what was Barca about it, and then of course we got to give out the mustache man of the match. But before we get to that, let's talk about the match itself. Pedri, of course, got the winner, but that's not the only stat we want to look at. Barcelona, 19 shots, 6 on target. I don't hate that at all. That's a little bit less than 1 out of 3, right? Yeah, a little bit less than 1 out of 3 in terms of their shots finding their way on frame. Could have done better, but, a little bit of rust coming out of international break. Can't hate that. 56% possession actually had me a little bit worried. Going into halftime, it wasn't until those final few minutes that we actually got the edge in terms of possession. We were down to like 47, 48% to Sevilla's larger chunk at times in that first half. So again, a little bit slow, a little bit of rust, still ended up working our way into those positive numbers. 555 passes, 466 to Sevilla. A little bit low for Barcelona, but still, like I said, coming off that international break, I'll allow it. 89% accuracy, 3 yellow cards, 2 offsides, and 9 corners. But again, the one stat that matters the most, the Pedri goal. It wasn't our best match, folks. It was not our best match. As I mentioned, coming off the international break, a little bit of rust. You could see, particularly in the final third, we weren't quite syncing up. We didn't quite have the chemistry. The finishing was not quite there. But as the first half progressed, Barcelona kept knocking on the door, and then I think it was right before halftime, Dembele set up Ferran for a chance that was this close, but it was enough to get the momentum going for Culers to start feeling the excitement. In Xavi we trust was the mentality going into halftime. We come out for the second half, it's more of the same. Barcelona pushing, knocking on the door, not quite able to get the ball in the back of the net. In fact, we almost gave up one of our own. Sevilla on a counterattack after playing bunker defense. 4 defenders, 5 in the midfield, 1 up top. Eventually, you're going to get a counterattack opportunity, and Sevilla took advantage. I think it was off of a Araujo slip, actually. Got in behind, horrible shot at the end of it. So Barcelona let off the hook in that case. Then it was all Barcelona after that. PK off the post. Ferran with a header that almost scored. Getting late in the game, 0-0. 1 point is not enough for Barcelona. And up steps a hero. Out of almost nothing, Pedri receives the pass from Dembele, fakes to the left, fakes to the right, another fake shot, and then just tucks it in. The composure from this kid, absolutely incredible. Gives Barcelona all 3 points, but I digress. There was one more piece of action at the end. Ter Stegen comes out to punch away across, almost completely whiffs on it, barely gets a touch on it with his fist. The ball falls right to this Sevilla attacker, gets a half volley off, but Ter Stegen comes in with a Superman diving save to keep the lead for Barcelona. That was the final action of the game, 1-0 to the Blaugrana. My heart was in my throat for half of it. Like I said, not the best match for Barcelona, but we did enough. Pedri getting the goal. If you didn't see it, you got to go back and watch it. It was absolutely incredible. That's the overview, folks. Up next, we'll talk about the good, the bad, and the Barca. But first, I want to pause. I want to turn to the chat. I want to get caught up on the conversation with the Culers from around the world. So let's see, how's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? What do you think of that match? Let's see who we got in here. Let me turn on the live chat. There we go. All right. Kudus, how we doing, sir? Hollow the Reaper says, good morning. Pedri Potter appreciation post. That's hard to say without having any caffeine yet. Let me take a little sip. We going the classic Americana today. Nice and frothy. Oh, yeah. That hits good on a Monday morning. I'll tell you what. Not everybody enjoys the caffeinated beverages. I get it. But for me... that does it. That does it for me. Ryan Scott, good morning, sir. Says Pedri is just breathtaking to watch. Could not agree more with you. Jatine, hello, sir. Winston says, John, are you a Harry Potter fan? What house do you think Pedri would be in? I'm aware of it. I watched the original movies. I did not keep up with it. I don't remember what the houses are, unfortunately. So you tell me if you've got an opinion about it. Takir, what's up, buddy? Good morning to you. Stratic, haven't seen you in a minute. How you doing? Absolute class from Barcelona. Enjoying it very much. Very much so. Callum Zhu, good morning. Chris, hello, sir. Voyo is with us. Who else we got in the house? Winston, I said hello. Finished. What's up, buddy? Oh, finished. I'm sorry. I don't mean to tease you on your fast. My apologies. My apologies. Yes, absolutely. Kudus, keeping the streak alive. Let's go. Prashanth, good morning, sir. Pedri Potter slithering through the defense. Oh, that's a good one. I like that. I like that one a lot. Nick S. says, Pedri is something else so exciting to watch every game. He really is. And I've mentioned before, he may fall into a more Iniesta type of category where it's not always going to be Pedri getting the goal or the assist. It may be that Pedri unlocks the defense early on, turning defense into offense for Barcelona, plays it forward, and then the assist and the goal happens. I have that concern for the casual viewer in terms of criticism coming at Pedri. But those of us that watch him know that that's not really a concern. We know, again, from watching Iniesta, that you don't have to be the one getting the assist to the goal all the time. It's fantastic that he's been able to do it a couple of times this year. But if come next year, when we have our team fully settled in and we've even added to our attacking lineup, if Pedri's not getting the goals, not getting the assists, if you start hearing that criticism, don't listen to it. Watch the actual matches. Watch Pedri play. You'll know how influential he is. Absolutely incredible. The sky's the limit for this kid. The sky is the limit. Other thoughts, other reactions to the match before we do the good, the bad, and the Barca. What do we think, folks? How about Xavi? I mean, can we give Xavi some credit for the way that he's been managing this team? Going into halftime, 0-0, frustrating first half, not getting what we wanted, could have imploded, could have gone down a rabbit hole, but we didn't. We held strong. A lot of that is the leadership due to Xavi's mentality, the team mentality, the togetherness that we have. Jatin gets it. Pedri assisting the assister. That's going to be more of his role, I think, as he settles into Barcelona. Takir says Pedri is more of a young David Silva than Iniesta, in my opinion. Fair. I like that, actually. David Silva, of course, getting, I think, more goals than Iniesta. Maybe somebody fact check me on that one, but I think David Silva has more goals than Iniesta. Kuda says a lot of energy on that sideline yesterday. There was a ton of energy. Xavi's reaction when Pedri scored the goal was fantastic. Lifted me up. Finish says, I think only Mbappe has more potential than Pedri. Not going to lie. I wouldn't even say Mbappe has more potential. I think this is prime Mbappe. I shouldn't even say that, knock on wood. I was going to say Mbappe's not going to get better than he is, but I shouldn't even say that. You're probably right. You are probably right about that. Yusuf said, did I see Xavi's celebration? Yeah, I just mentioned. He went absolutely nuts, like he was still playing for the Blaugrana. You love to see that from your manager. Suyash says, just here for your thoughts on who has earned it. If you're talking about the win or the match awards, we'll get into that here next. Ryan Scott says, I want to see more of Balde. Is he even back from injury yet? Last I heard from Balde was that he was injured and then haven't heard a peep since. All right, folks. We've talked about the match. We've gone over the stats. It is now time to get over to our awards and talk about the good, the bad, the Barca, and the mustache man of the match. That is going to be what we're covering now. The good, the bad, the Barca, the mustache man of the match. The good and the bad, it's pretty self-explanatory. What was good about the match, what was bad about the match. The Barca box goes to something that was true to Barcelona's DNA, to the identity of Barcelona, something that Culers around the world would be proud of, that we can connect with. It's something very Barcelona. Could be a player, could be something abstract. You never know what falls into that box. And then the mustache man of the match, of course, goes to the best player, the most influential player, the one who had the most impact, gets the mustache man of the match. So here we go. Starting with what was good from yesterday's match. Again, Barcelona with the 1-0 victory. I'll start out by saying Dembele technically got the assist for Pedri. I'll say it was slightly more influential than Busquets' assist to Messi when Messi dribbled past 5 players against Real Madrid and then scored. But Dembele gets the assist nonetheless. So I have to mention on Dembele Cam that he is up there with the number of assists that he's had this year now. It's his 10th assist. I think Real Madrid's Karim Benzema is the only one with more. Apparently conversations are starting to open up again for Dembele. He's going from his original 40 million, let me say that again, 40 million euros a year salary request down to a potentially somewhere around 6 to 8 million euros per year, which is what I said he should be at. So we are sticking with Dembele Cam. We are not doing full celebrations and appreciating him. He is still on a hiatus. I won't say a ban, but a hiatus from the post-match awards. So he was, I would say, would have been nominated for the good box, if not for his silliness in January. We'll move on from it eventually, folks. We will move on from it eventually, I promise. For now, the good box goes to my man, the good crazy Dani Alves. Not his best performance. Yes, he got beat once or twice, but not in dangerous areas, and particularly in that first half. He was one of the few bright spots, shutting down Ocampos on that right wing, putting in some tricks and flicks of his own. His service from the right wing is always dangerous. I love what Dani Alves brings to Barcelona. The spirit, the mentality, the energy in the clubhouse. I'm not expecting a lot from him on the pitch, but for him to step in for the injured Serginho Dest, allows Araujo to still play centrally. That's huge for Barcelona, and Araujo's development. We don't want Araujo filling in at right back right now. Just because he can doesn't mean that it's good for him or the club long term. So Dani Alves stepping in for Sergiño Dest, doing good things, gets him the good box. Good crazy for the good box. Moving on to what was bad about this match. Let's talk about the referee not giving a penalty for Barcelona. Aubameyang cutting through the box. Ball comes in through the cross. He's going to get on the end of it. Diego Carlos, 2 hands, runs into him, pulls him down. No penalty called. I don't understand how it's not a penalty. Let's jump over and take a look here on the Twitter. You tell me what you think. Is this a penalty? Like what the day after Real Madrid get not 1, not 2, but 3 penalty calls, and Barcelona somehow don't get this call. What you don't see in this clip is right after he hits the ground, the ball literally hits Aubameyang. So it's not like the ball was nowhere near the run of play. It's not like he couldn't have gotten to it. He was right there. The cross was good. The run was good. The defender collides with him, took him down. So for those reasons, what is his name? I always forget his name. I wrote it down here. Sanchez Martinez. For those reasons, referee Sanchez Martinez, get in the box. Shake that off. Shake off the bad. Shake off the bad, folks. Shake it off. Shake off the bad. We're going to talk about what's Barca in this match, all right? Positive things. Positive things for Barca. This one, because of another clean sheet, another tremendous defensive effort, we got to shout out the defense even more than we already have, including Danny in the good box. This time, the Barca box goes to Gerard Piqué. What a turnaround for Gerard Piqué. Everybody was saying that he was done going into this year. Everybody was saying, pointing the fingers at Piqué every time a goal is given up. This man has not been dribbled past since Xavi Hernandez came back as manager. Let me say that again. Gerard Piqué has not been dribbled past since Xavi Hernandez came in as manager back in the fall. We're April 4th right now. We're talking 6-7 months of matches that nobody has dribbled past Gerard Piqué. Absolutely incredible. If you watch this man play, he is rolling back the years. He's ushering forwards out to the sideline on counterattacks. He's stepping up in the middle of the pitch, winning headers, stepping in, getting tackles in, winning possession for Barcelona, keeping that attack going back into the final third. Absolutely incredible. Almost scored the winning goal. Almost. Off the post. Almost. As I love to say, it's a quarter of an inch the other way, Charlie, and it would have been in. It was that close for Gerard Piqué. So Piqué gets the Barca box. I'm going to pause there for a second because there is an honorable mention. Excuse me. There is an honorable mention for the if I could speak. Let me take another sip. There we go. And now we'll try to say words. There is an honorable mention for the Barca box that I got to shout out here. If we jump back over to Twitter again and we take a look at my man Rakitic. Rakitic came to the club in 2014, right after the World Cup. Immediately was one of the supportive players, a role player for that Messi, Neymar, Suarez trident. And Rakitic got a lot of slack, a lot of criticism, and not really the credit he deserved while at Barcelona. And let me just show you the love that he has for this club. We'll go full screen on this. This is Rakitic after the game this is the full clip. Okay, so for those of you that didn't see it, this is the love that Rakitic still has for the club. He goes over to the Culers, big hug for a fan, gives his kid away, and it doesn't end there. Others coming over. You can see, these are not Sevilla fans. That's a FCB jacket. This is Barcelona. Another hug, and then this is what the club still means to Rakitic. He's given away his full kit. Are you kidding me? Look at that man. Beautiful. Just trotting along in his whitey tighties and his fat hog, riding it off into the sideline, back into the locker room. What a guy. Ivan Rakitic, I mean, if that's not Barcelona DNA, I don't know what is. He loves the club. He loves the Culers. What a guy. Shout out to Ivan Rakitic. It's a shame he had to lose. It's a shame he had to lose. Rivalry match. It is what it is. I'll always have a special place in my heart for Ivan Rakitic. Back to the awards, my friends. The mustache man of the match. You all saw this one coming. You know who it's going to be. I don't know if he's an alien, a magician, a wizard. He's not human. We can say that. Pedri, unbelievable. A gold star for the match, a triple gold star for the goal that he scored. I mean, I don't want to show it because I don't want to get copyright strike, but if you haven't seen it, go back and watch the Pedri goal. Receives the pass from Dembele, takes it to his left foot, fakes one, takes it back to his right, fakes two, gets around the defender, picks his head up, has the composure, the mentality to not just fire one towards goal, picked his head up, looked where the keeper was, slid it past him, far post, side netting. Que golazo! It was beautiful. Barcelona 1-0 gets the victory. Absolutely incredible performance from Barcelona. We continue to move our way up the table. In fact, we are now firmly in second place with a match in hand. We are we're 12 points back, but if we win our match in hand, which is coming up, I think, in like 2 weeks against Rayo, we win our match in hand, all things staying the same, we'll be 9 points back from first place. If you take a look at Real Madrid's schedule, let's just see where Real Madrid might drop 3 points, okay? Let's speculate a little bit. Getafe, probably not. Sevilla, maybe. Sevilla have been slipping. We just put them in their place, but maybe they want to rebound a little bit. Boom. There's 3 of the 9 points dropped. Osasuna, probably not. Espanyol, probably not. Atletico Madrid, maybe. Boom. There's 6 of the 9 points dropped. Then they got Levante, Cadiz, and Real Betis, who will be fighting for a Champions League spot. If you look at where Betis are, they're 5th right now. So Real Madrid, on the last day of the season, are going to have to go up against a club who are fighting for a Champions League spot. There's your 9 points dropped. I think it can happen, folks. Sevilla, Atletico Madrid, Real Betis, all on the agenda for Real Madrid. And Barcelona, assuming that we win our match in hand, will only be 9 points back. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm not saying that it should happen. And we definitely have no reason to be disappointed if it doesn't happen. But if Barcelona can get anywhere close to top of the table, top of La Liga, sniffing around Real Madrid, nipping at the heels, if we can even create any kind of chaos, any kind of pressure for Real Madrid, if we can get close enough to make it interesting, and we win Europa League, that's a success. That's a success for me. 100%. I'll have no disappointments from the season other than the things that we had to be disappointed about, which I'll talk about in a season recap later on. I'm talking no Messi. I'm talking Aguero. I'm talking Ansu Fati not being available for the whole season. I digress. That's where we'll kind of pause right there. I'll get caught up on the chat here. What do you think, folks? Big win for Barcelona. Let me know what you think about the good, the bad, the Barca, the mustache man of the match. If you are watching on replay, let me know down in the comments what you think. What did I get right? What did I get wrong? What would be your good, bad Barca mustache man of the match? And then, of course, if you're watching this live, I'm going to turn to the chat now. Let's get caught up on things. I'll have to scroll up a little bit, get caught up on the conversation. But let me know your thoughts, folks. Kuda's laughing at me because I wrote down the referee's name. I wanted to make sure I remembered it. I knew I wasn't going to remember it right off the top of my head. So, I wrote it down. Sanchez Martinez. Good stuff. Chris says, personally, I don't like the collision like that to be given as penalties. Didn't look malicious to me. I disagree, Chris. I hear you though. Like if it is truly unintentional, I get it, but for me that's a penalty. Suyash says Xavi's celebration. I'm assuming you mean maybe for the Barca box. Xavi's celebration for the Barca box, definitely an honorable mention. Get an anti-dribbling stat upgrade. Voyo says Ter Stegen needs to get a piece of credit. Yes, Ter Stegen. Well, listen. The reason why Ter Stegen didn't get an award today is because the big save that he had only came from him punching away a corner. He goes to punch out the corner. He almost completely missed. He just got a little piece of it, fell right to Sevilla, took a shot, then Ter Stegen comes in with a Superman save. So for those reasons, he doesn't get an award, but definitely honorable mention. Felix says, I want Ivan's whitey tighties. I don't know if you'll take him off in the stadium, and I don't know if you really want those. Think about that. Just think about that. Maybe reconsider. Mohammed says, are you sure that Dani Alves deserves the good box? Because I'm thinking that Araujo deserved it. He has been helping Dani Alves the majority of the time. Fair. Good argument for Araujo to get the good box. I'll say Araujo could have gotten it. Jordi Alba could have gotten it. Busquets could have gotten it. There was quite a line of good players. And in fact, I'm reconsidering how I want to approach the good, the bad, the Barca. For next season, it might end up being full columns or full rows where there's several things that are good, several things that could be bad, or maybe it's just one thing. And same thing with Barca. So maybe it's not just one box. Maybe it's a row or a column, and I can actually give out multiple awards. Maybe we do that instead of having the honorable mention. We'll see. Let me know your ideas. I'm always open to feedback. I love when the community gives ideas, gives feedback so that we can keep growing and keep things fun and engaging here on the channel. Prashant says, Ivan says, take this, take that, take everything. Absolutely. Let me scroll down a little bit here. Winston says, looking forward to the Frankfurt match. So am I. It's going to be an exciting one. I have not watched really any of Frankfurt this season. Maybe if we jump over, see where they're at in their standing. No, I don't want to see Europa League. Bundesliga, please. Thank ya. Down in 9th, middle of the table. I don't think we should be too worried about them. I don't want to look past them. Let's take a look at their squad here. I mean, they got some recognizable names. Timmy Chandler, American right back. I'm glad we don't use him anymore. I don't need to get into that, but yeah, we should be able to take care of Frankfurt pretty easily. That shouldn't be a huge problem for us, folks. Shouldn't be a big deal. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, what else we got going on? Kuda says, just imagine you have a mini notebook writing down ref names purely for Xmas cards. Maybe we start that. Maybe we start keeping track of referees and who we like and who we don't like. And some referees get stocking stuffers and some referees get coal around Christmas time. And we do a little Christmas special each year. Do I think Dani Alves will become a manager? Nah, not a manager. He'll become some sort of like club representative, club ambassador, where he goes out places, but not a club manager. Angelo says, good morning from New York. Good morning from Cincinnati. Right back at you. Jatine says, what if Messi came back? I wouldn't say no. I think it's smart for the club to continue to move on and move forward, as much as my heart and my mind wants to bring Messi back, reunite the player with the club. It'd be a great story, but I'll caution Culers with pointing to Ronaldo at United. Just saying. You Stupid says, now Ter Stegen is better than Neuer. Neuer is a big shadow. That man is rated higher than Oliver Kahn in Germany. I think it's because Neuer plays in Germany and Ter Stegen plays in Spain. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Bonnie says, what do I think about Ansu at the number 9? He played there a couple times in the few matches that he's played over the last couple of years. So it's an option. Apparently Lewandowski is sniffing around Barcelona asking what the situation is. So maybe we end up getting Lewandowski and Lewandowski finally gets his Ballon d'Or. Who knows? Who knows? Mohammed says wants Iniesta to be one of Xavi's managers. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Would I bring Neymar back? No, not even for free. I don't want Neymar at all. Not even a little bit. Callum, you're going to have to type that again, my dude. I got the first half of it. Vi have been good. I'm assuming you mean Vallecano. But I don't know what you're saying there, my dude. Felix says, if Real drop 9 points, we can take the title due to head-to-head. La Liga doesn't count goal differential. True. Yes, that is true. Real Madrid are going to lose to Sevilla. They're going to lose to Atletico Madrid. And then on the last day of the season, Real Madrid are going to lose to Betis. Betis are going to get into a Champions League spot, and we will be crowned champions. You heard it here first, folks. It is April 4th, 7:39 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Mustache John predictions. Barcelona win the league on the last day after Real Madrid drop points against Sevilla, Atletico Madrid, and Real Betis. Lock it in. Excuse me. It could happen. It could happen. Yusupa says we have to look at it like this. If Messi came back, he's a super sub in the midfield and at a striker position. This is Xavi ball now, not Barcelona. I will say from 2000, basically since Neymar left, Barcelona never had the team chemistry that we did prior to in the Xavi and Iniesta era. We were way too reliant on Messi. Way too reliant on Messi. It was too much pressure for one player, all right? Messi is a freak of nature, and that's why he was able to burden that weight. That's why he was able to carry the team the way that he did and be the Band-Aid over all of the bullet wounds of Barcelona. And for that reason, I feel like the club almost owes it to him that if Messi wanted to come back, we make it happen. But just saying. Just saying. We'll see. Gotcha, Colin. Gotcha, Colin. Listen, I don't care if Betis got knocked out by Frankfurt. I'm not worried about Betis. We could take on Betis right now. Not worried about it. Did I watch the extraordinary meeting yesterday? No, I did not. You're talking about the Spotify deal. No, we'll talk about that maybe on the next episode. Yeah. I think that's going to do it. I think that's going to do it for today, folks. We talked about Barcelona jumping into second place with that win over Sevilla. We went over the good, the bad, and the Barsa. We had some caffeine, which I'm about to finish off. Had some good conversation with Culers from around the world. That's what we do here, folks. Again, if this is your first time finding us, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, come hang out with us. We got the coolest Culers from around the world coming together right here on the Undefeated channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We cover the live Barcelona news. We have a little bit of caffeine, have some good conversation, like I said, start our day in a positive way, and then we're live for all the Barcelona matches. I do the commentary. You participate in the chat with those Culers from around the world. That's what we do here on the channel. You'll also see match recaps, reactions, all that good stuff. So if you've been enjoying the content, don't forget to drop a like on your way out. We will be live again Wednesday for a match preview. Barcelona taking on Frankfurt in Europa League. Leg 1 will be Thursday. So of course we'll be live for that, but we're going to do a little match preview prediction on Wednesday's episode of Wake Up in Barca. I will, of course, see you there, my friends. Go out and have a wonderful day. Go out and do positive things. Give lots of high fives and hugs. All that good stuff. Spread that positivity. Stash Squad, I love you. I'll see you on Wednesday. Until next time, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in and taking a ride. Mwah.